At the reading of my husband's will, the lawyer calmly stated that everything, our home, the business, even the savings, would go to my sister. She cried crocodile tears and held my hand. I froze in disbelief, wondering how deep their betrayal went. But I pulled out an envelope he'd given me days before his death, sealed and notarized. The room feels silent. I don't think I'll ever forget the sound of that sentence leaving his mouth. Everything, your home, the business, all financial assets, has been left to Serafina Elwood. For a second, I thought I misheard him. My ears rang. My heart, it just stopped. Not metaphorically. Literally, it felt like it skipped. My breath caught in my throat as if my body refused to process what the lawyer just said. Serafina squeezed my hand, her fingers cold and perfectly manicured. I could feel the fake tremble in her grip. She leaned in closer, eyes already welling up with those fragile glassy tears that somehow never smudged her mascara. "Lyra, I didn't know," she whispered, her voice barely audible, trembling with perfectly crafted heartbreak. "Let me back up for a second. Serafina Elwood is my older sister, 3 years older to be exact. Stunning, successful. The type who walks into a room and makes it feel like a magazine cover. People love her. She knows it. She's been charming her way through life since we were kids. But to me, she was still my sister, my family, my safe person. At least I thought she was. I didn't say anything. I couldn't. My tongue felt thick, heavy, like it had turned to stone. The words were caught somewhere between confusion and rage, lodged in the back of my throat. I stared at Mr. Holden, the lawyer, expecting some kind of correction, some cruel joke followed by a more reasonable truth. But he only blinked slowly, looking down at the folder in front of him. That folder held my life, and it had just been handed over to my sister. The room was painfully still. The air conditioning suddenly sounded like it was roaring in my ears. I could hear the faint tick of the antique brass clock on the corner shelf, counting down the seconds of what had just become a completely different reality. My fingers twitched. I wanted to say something, to scream, to demand an explanation. But instead, I just sat there, frozen, hollowed out by disbelief.